statue of Lord Nelson might find a new home. Father's Day further muted by the COVID-19 pandemic. And in sports, 3 Bangladesh cricketers test positive for COVID-19.
Broadcasting from our studios in the Pine St. Michael, this is CBC Newsnight, starting now.
Very good evening to you. I'm Lisa Broom. This is Newsnight. In our top story tonight, the possibility of the controversial Lord Nelson statue being removed to a maritime museum appears to be on the cards again. Prime Minister Mia Amor-Motley alluded to this in response to a question posed during a regathering online forum with members of the Barbadian diaspora. A protest was staged over the weekend calling for its removal from National Hero Square. Well, Prime Minister Motley says the area of the screw dock was identified for the creation of the Maritime Museum.
I will strongly encourage Barbadians to follow me on this particular issue when we have the conversation. I, like you, believe that National Hero Square should be the home of a national hero of Barbados. And I, like you, believe that when the time comes, that we will be in a better position. And I'm only saying when the time comes now, because there is going to be significant development work by the screw dock as to whether the museum is prepared and can take it, and what are the costs and what is the opportunity to relocate it. That now has to be investigated as part of the conversation. But the government is not going to definitively state a position without appropriate consultation.
Minister of Health and Wellness Lieutenant Colonel Jeffrey Bostic is confident Barbados is far better prepared for COVID-19. He says this is evident in all aspects of its response to the pandemic.
We believe that following the WHO and PAHO's guidance and the protocols and the scientific evidence that's available, and given the level of experience we have in country, because we have a very, very good public health response team, public health staff, and most importantly, the fact that our public health in Barbados is far better than several other countries. And the strength of our public health, which has been built up over the years, gives us the capacity and the ability to be able to deal with whatever is coming.
Barbados Tourism Marketing Incorporated has been playing its part in ensuring Destination Barbados remains strong in the minds and hearts of the global travel community in key markets. It has done so through the use of various public relations and social media initiatives. One such initiative, dubbed Barbados Cares, recognized 20 British National Health Service workers. Interim Chief Executive Officer with the BTMI, Robert Chase, says the initiative has gained coverage in the British press.
We did this as a means of recognizing their contribution to the healthcare situation in the UK, and as they fought for those lives of persons challenged by the pandemic. And we think it shows how we are one global family. We often talk about Barbados being a home away from home for our visitors, and home is representative of family.
Of the Barbados Cares National Health Service initiative include 17 women and 3 men.
In selecting the winners for Barbados Cares, we actually put together a panel of celebrities such as Michelin-starred chef Tom Akins, actor David Harewood, DJ Carl Cox, and we had them review the stories which were submitted by the family and friends of the applicants, and have them come up with who the 20 winners were. It was actually a rather challenging task for them because many of the stories were really heart-wrenching and pulled at the heartstrings, and David Harewood actually spoke about that in the news, and how this was really a strong effort by Barbados to show its connectivity to the UK public.
The COVID-19 situation remains unchanged in Barbados after another 43 people were tested yesterday. Those results all came back negative, bringing to 7,450 the total number of tests conducted by the Best dos Santos Public Health Laboratory. The number of people still in isolation at Harrison's Point, St. Lucie remains at 5. 97 people have been diagnosed with the viral illness, 85 have recovered, and 7 have died. Well, this year's Father's Day celebrations has fallen victim somewhat to the COVID-19 pandemic. Even though Father's Day festivities aren't usually as grand as those for Mother's Day, they were really muted this time around. Our Rianne Phillips tells us more.
Due to the COVID-19 pandemic, the tradition of treating dads to lunch away from home was scaled down as only a handful of establishments were open. Among them, the Crave restaurant in St. Lawrence Gap.
For Father's Day, we are doing a brunch today. We're doing live music and we're doing family games. So every table, we're doing different types of games, card games, dominoes, snakes and ladder, puzzles, things like that, so families can have that little extra special time together. Today we have reservations. We have about 35 people. Our maximum in normal times is 64. So we're just about 50%. So, yeah, and we're hoping it gets, as they go, we're hoping to get some walk-ins as well as the day goes on.
Some men chose to observe the occasion at churches such as the Tower of Power Global Network Ministries.
My advice to fathers is that you cannot be a real father or true father unless you get to know your Heavenly Father. He's the perfect example for us, and he's the one that imparts his heart to us.
The man, yes, he's the head of the household and everything, but if he's not connected to the Heavenly Father, then he in turn would not be able to assist and help his family as he wants. And because of all the women's lib coming in, then it puts pressure on the men.
Despite the absence of the bells and whistles, many males were contented to be spending time with their loved ones.
Father's Day means to me spending time with my two children. I enjoy the company, that's all.
Every day is Father's Day. But as the world put it as one particular day, I think it's encouraging to let people see, or children see, that not only a mother is to be cherished, but also a father.
Rianne Phillips, CBC News.